Alright, let's dive into something that's been bubbling under the surface in the UK's healthcare system, and trust me, it's more fascinating than it sounds. Here's the deal. The boundaries of two NHS care boards in the North East and Cumbria are likely to shift in the next 3 years. Sounds like a bureaucratic shuffle, right? But personally, I think this is a big deal, and here's why. First off, the government wants these boards to align with wider local authority boundaries by the end of their term. On the surface, it seems like a logical move, streamlining administration, maybe even saving some cash. But what makes this really interesting is the potential ripple effects. The North East and North Cumbria ICB, for instance, is expected to hand over its role in North Cumbria to the Lancashire and South Cumbria ICB. Now, in my opinion, this isn't just about redrawing lines on a map. It's about reshaping how healthcare is delivered to thousands of people. One thing that immediately stands out is the reaction from local MPs, like Carlisle Labour MP Julie Minns. She's not happy about it, and I get why. The North Cumbria Integrated Care NHS Foundation Trust, NCIC, has been making progress, especially since being placed on a national recovery scheme for failing trusts. Minns argues that this move could disrupt that progress, and honestly, that's a valid concern. If you take a step back and think about it, changing leadership mid-recovery could either be a fresh start or a setback. What many people don't realize is that these ICBs aren't just administrative bodies, they're the ones planning and buying healthcare services for entire regions. So, a shift like this could impact everything from patient care to staff morale. Now, the NCIC has said they don't expect any changes in how or where patients receive care, and staff shouldn't be affected. But here's where I get skeptical. Anytime there's a transition, especially in healthcare, there's bound to be some turbulence. What this really suggests is that while the intention might be smooth, the reality could be bumpy. I mean, think about it, even if the services remain the same, the trust and familiarity patients have with their current system could take a hit. And in healthcare, trust is everything. What makes this even more intriguing is the broader context. The NCIC is one of 5 failing trusts on a national recovery scheme. So, this isn't just about boundaries, it's about whether these changes will help or hinder their recovery. From my perspective, the timing feels crucial. If the trust is finally making progress, why risk destabilizing it now? This raises a deeper question. Are these changes being made with the best interests of patients in mind, or is it more about political or administrative convenience? A detail I find fascinating is how this ties into the bigger trend of NHS restructuring. Over the years, we've seen various attempts to reform the NHS, often with mixed results. This move feels like another chapter in that ongoing story. Personally, I think the NHS is at its best when it's responsive to local needs, but that becomes harder when boundaries and leadership keep shifting. If you ask me, the real challenge here isn't just about redrawing lines, it's about ensuring that patient care doesn't get lost in the shuffle. So, where does this leave us? Well, local MPs like Minns are pushing back, and I can't help but wonder if this is a battle they can win. The government seems set on these changes, but public opinion and local resistance could still play a role. What this really suggests is that healthcare isn't just a policy issue, it's deeply personal. For the people in North Cumbria, this isn't about bureaucracy, it's about their doctors, their hospitals, and their peace of mind. In closing, I think this is a story worth watching. It's not just about boundaries changing, it's about the future of healthcare in these regions. Will this move lead to better services, or will it create more problems than it solves? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this isn't just a local issue, it's a glimpse into the broader challenges facing the NHS. So, what do you think? Is this a necessary change, or a risky gamble? Let me know in the comments below.